Okay, so now I want to show you the sponge method. As I mentioned at the start of the video, sometimes it's tough on sparkle gels like Birthday Bash and Party Dress. There's also some like Splash, Life's a Beach, Tutus and Tiaras. There's a bunch, I think, that are sparkly, meaning they don't have as much pigment. It's more the sparkle effect that they're going for, but you still want a nice coverage from it, and it's really hard to get by just painting the coats. You'll have to do like 12 coats to get the coverage that you want, which nobody got time for that. So I'm going to show you a super awesome trick, but I need your help. I think it's just Shannon and Elizabeth. I've got macaron, so I need to know whether I should add like a pure silver sparkle or more like a mixed silver goldish, just general sparkle. It's not as gold as you would think, but it's definitely more gold than this silver. So cast your vote, ladies. What do you think would go best with macaron? I'm gonna wait until you comment because I don't want to make the wrong choice. Let me plug in my lamp here. I don't see anything yet. Okay, so let me just show you quickly this motion activatedness. It's so cool. I love it. I always just put it in and watch the timer go up to 30. Cool, Birthday Bash, that's a good one. That's the silver, but I think that would be pretty. Okay, seriously, Party Dress is gorgeous too. I think either one would look good with my purple. Okay, I'll do the Party Dress. All right. So sorry. So I think I'll do my ring fingers. That's often what I like to do as my accent nail, although I do mix it up a lot. I think you can really do an accent nail on any old nail and it's not even a problem. So the first thing I'm going to do is paint both ring fingers with the True Shine base coat. Okay, Party Dress. You got it, Elizabeth. Good vote. I'm so sorry. I've got like a frog in my throat today. Okay, I'm going to try to do this where you can kind of see. I do not have the ideal setup, but that's okay. So I'm just going to paint a thin coat of the base coat. Careful not to get it on my skin. Oh, and you'll notice I'm just doing this on top of macaron. That's totally okay as long as I do an additional base and top coat. You can't just go ahead and add one coat of Party Dress when you already have a cured mani, if that makes sense. So I am starting with the base coat, and I'm going to do both because, as I said, I can cure both hands at once. Look at, I'm shaking. Maybe I've got like some stage fright here. No, it's all good. So avoid your skin. You don't have to be as careful with the base and top coat because it's not going to, make a mess on you. Oh, that's interesting, Shannon. I bet it works fine. You have beautiful gel manis. Okay, let me show you. Hopefully you can see. So I kind of, like I said, lay my hands on top of one another like this and throw them in there. I'm not worried about my thumbs because I'm only curing my ring fingers. And I just watch the timer, watch it go up to 30 seconds. I'm sure you have found, Shannon, though, that you do have to have a base coat and a top coat. The color coat on its own, I've never done it, but it just won't stay. It doesn't cure properly. It's very odd. So you do need to have base and top coat so that they can gel together. Okay, so 30 seconds. There we go. Now, what I'm going to use, I have my Party Dress here. I'm going to use one of these little cosmetic wedges. Okay, these, you can get a huge bag of them, of like 30 of them for like $2 at the store. Okay, this is what I'm going to use. I have heard people prefer this method with like a makeup applicator like this. I've tried both. I find this one is better if I want to add just like a little bit on my tip or the cuticle, but for the full on coverage, the makeup wedge definitely works best. So I've got my bottle of, so my ring fingers are tacky right now, so I want to be really careful. Okay, look at how sparkly and amazing Party Dress is. So you would think painting that on it would be like Sparkle Bomb, but it's really not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wedge. I'm shaking, you guys, make me scared. Okay, and I'm just gonna paint a really thick coat onto the wedge, right up to the tip. Sorry if you can't see what I'm doing. This is so funny. When I learned this trick, oh, it like changed my life, because I was the same as Elizabeth Maury, who voiced this concern yesterday. I'm like, yeah, these sparkles are beautiful, but you can't get the coverage you want to like save your life. So I'm really caking this on, and I want to make it like approximately the width of my finger. I mean, you'll get a little that gets on your skin, but we'll clean it up before we cure. Trying to get it nice and thick because I've not applied it over a color before, and I want to make sure our coverage is good. Okay, so see that? So now what I'm going to do, I have to put this down, so hopefully you can kind of see, is I'm going to like line this up with my fingernail, and I'm just going to roll the sponge across my finger. And look what it did. It's so awesome. So it's kind of a mess. So this is where like your fancy little orange wood stick, or like the cuticle grooming tool, or a metal cuticle spoon will come in handy. I'm just going to use this and just kind of scrape that off of my skin. See, get it off of there. And around my cuticle. You really want to get this off your skin. It's not that it's bad for you after it cures, but it just doesn't look as clean, you know, once it's cured. Whoops, got some fuzz from my towel. Okay. You can also use, oh, forgot to show you, the corrector pen, the Perfectionist corrector pen is super great for getting that off your skin around the edges. Yes, I agree, Shannon. These thingies, amazing. Love them for getting rid of your invisible cuticle and stuff, like so key. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing for my other hand before I cure, because like I said, we're going to cure both hands at once. Oh, the corrector pen is, oh, saves me, because you know we're not all super steady handed. I mean, look at me shaking like crazy. It works so great on lacquer, but you can totally use it on the gel as long as you do it before it cures. It won't do anything to your gel after you cure it because it's cured. Okay, so I've got a nice thick coat on my sponge again for my right hand. And I'm going to do the same thing. I have no idea if you can see this. I'm just going to kind of, oops, wrong finger, line this up with my finger and roll it across. See that? So I can totally see some of the color through. I'll maybe do another coat if I want this to be more opaque. But honestly, it's kind of pretty with macaron showing through. Maybe I'll leave it. What do you guys think? Let me clean this one up a little better. Right on my cuticle. Got a little gummy. Whoopsie. So you can see already like how nice that coverage is. Just make sure that I cleaned it up well. You want to be careful like how you paint it on here. You could just like paint a big blob, but really as much as you can get it off your skin or keep it off your skin, the better, because the sparkles are a little easier to, I think I like it that way too, Elizabeth, with just a little bit hint of color through. Okay, so now got a little glitter. That's okay. Now I'm going to do my cure. If you can see it again, I'm just going to lay those in. One thing to keep in mind as you are doing your True Shine, with either lamp, try to keep your bottles of gel away from the lamp as you cure. You also want to keep your bottles of gel out of direct sunlight because it can cure in the bottle. And that's no good for anybody. So I always kind of keep them on the other side of the table. as I am doing my gel manicure so that I don't have to worry about that. Okay, that's 30 seconds. So it looks exactly the same. But I like that. I don't think I'm gonna do another coat. I could if I wanted more like coverage. I know, I never knew that either until I learned that somebody had their open bottle of gel like right next to their lamp as they cured, and it just like hardened all in there. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do my top coat. And again, these are kind of tacky still. Oh, you know what I forgot to grab? Oh, I got it. At the end, well, I'll get to that. I'll show you. Okay, so top coat. Again, just a thin coat. The thing that's cool about the top coat too is it makes your surface of the glitter gel nice and smooth, because the glitter gel on its own is kind of bumpy, as you can imagine, especially the way that we apply it like that with the sponge. I should have showed you, darn it. In fact, I will show you. I have a trick. I was going to show you what it looks like when you try to just paint it on, because it like doesn't work, I swear. It's really funny. Okay, so top coat. I'm just gonna cure again. 30 seconds, guys. And if I had done my entire manicure, you know, it takes a little bit longer to paint all of them, but no longer to cure it. So I love it so much. I love this lamp. It's amazing. Yeah, it's really not as scary as you think. I totally agree. Like, you think it's a 3-bottle system, like that's a lot of work. It's really not so bad. It's really not so bad. If you can paint your nails with lacquer, you can do gel. Super easy. I'll show you a trick for capping later this week, because it is important to cap your gel so that you get a nice durable wear without chips. But whoa, I went way too long. No, it's okay. So there we go. Let me grab, this is the important thing about gel. If I touch this right now, it's still tacky, which is funny because we cured, oh, whoops. We cured our top coat, so it should be done, right? For some reason with gel, it remains tacky. There's like a little residue. So all you need is a little alcohol wipe, and you just wipe the surface of your top coat once it's cured. Don't do other coats this way because that'll mess it all up. And now it's totally done and hardened. Isn't party dress pretty? Oh my gosh, I love it. And I'll take a photo and post it so you can get like an up close clear picture. But yay! Okay, let me show you really quick. I'm just gonna show you on another finger. Yes, I'll do a removal. Maybe not a video, but I've got information about removal, Shannon. Yeah, don't pick it off. Your nails will be so sad if you pick it off. But guess what? I'm guilty of it too. But yes, I will give you all the information on removal that you need. Okay, I haven't done a base coat. I'm not curing this. This is gonna wipe right off, but I wanna show you really quick. If I just take my brush and try to paint a coat of sparkle, I just want to show you what you end up with, okay? Can you see the difference? Like there's hardly any, and you don't want to cake it on like super thick layers with your brush. And so you'd have to cure this and then paint again and cure it and paint again until you got the coverage that you wanted. So that is why the sponge method is so awesome. I'm just going to take that alcohol wipe and wipe off the gel. I didn't cure it, I didn't put a base coat or anything, so it comes off fine. And the rest of those sparkles will wash off when I wash my hands. So there you have it, ladies. That is the sponge method.